go back to the ghost for just a second because I just had a question. Do you have any like stories?
Yeah. Do you have any ghost
I
stories?
just got one where they took my raisin toast one morning.
They did what?
I was put some toast in the toaster and turned around. I was making coffee,
Yeah.
and I heard the toast go pop. And I'm finishing up the coffee, and I turn around and get my toast, and it's gone. And
It looked really good that morning. They needed to have it, you know?
yeah, I said, "Look, you guys got that one.
Yeah.
I put some more toast in.
Yeah. I bet you don't leave your toast anymore. What's up, Camden County? You're catching the 29th episode of the Getting in Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Alison Shores from the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Getting in Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Comcast Business, Georgia Power Company, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors. All right, today, guys, I have some very cool people in the studio, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to introduce them really quick. I have Candace Pullum from the St. Mary's Main Street. Is that right, Main Street?
It is.
I just want to say all the words. And then I have the most special guest of the hour, Mr. George Lee. Yay!
Exactly.
And George is from the Riverview Hotel in downtown St. Mary's. So I'm so excited to have these two people here. And we are going to talk all things Riverview Hotel in downtown St. Mary's. But first things first, Mr. George, I want to know all about you. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got to Camden County and just all the things.
Came here by way of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Followed the grandkids down here
Okay.
about 7 years ago. And my son-in-law was a ranger on the island.
Oh,
Cumberland
wow.
Island.
I didn't know
Yeah, that's why they came down here.
that. Okay.
And so about 4 years ago, my daughter found her dream job back in Atlanta. Took the husband and the grandkids and went back. But we left all our stress in Atlanta. We're staying right here.
I am so thankful for that.
I know.
Just so you know. Because Mr. George, getting to see you every Wednesday on our military tour is probably the highlight of my day. I get so excited. So I'm glad you guys stayed.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So I brought you here today because on our military tour every Wednesday, you tell the service members about Riverview Hotel and give them a little bit of history. And it's always such a highlight. So I kind of wanted to talk about some of that history today because I don't think people know.
No, I didn't know until we went in.
Yes. And so you know some of this history. So I kind of want you to tell us. So Riverview Hotel, it is right there on the waterfront. Can I say that?
You can.
Okay. And it is connected to Seagulls.
Yes.
But I guess they're two different places, but kind of the same.
They're all under the same roof. They're all.
So we got the saloon.
Yeah, you got the saloon, you've got the hotel part, which we're about to talk
right.
about. And then you got like the dining space
Yeah.
and you've got the little outdoor space.
Yeah, we're set up for entertainment.
You are. Like, what do you always say on Wednesday? We're going to feed you, get you drunk, and then send you upstairs.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about Riverview Hotel. So when did it start? What was it begin? I'm just going to let you tell the story.
1916 is when it was built.
Okay.
And it was purchased by the Brandon sisters in 1931.
But there's still pictures up there of them.
Oh yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah, they when you walk into the lobby, they're the first ones you see.
I mean, it's a huge picture right there in the front. Go ahead. I'm
Their
sorry.
names were Sallie and Semora and Ethel.
Okay.
Okay. Names of the time.
Yeah.
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 They came to St. Mary's with their brother George Washington Brandon. He was.
Didn't know if he was going to add
I
that.
know.
last one.
I know. I was like, oh, George Washington? Wait a second. Okay.
Yeah, he had lumber mills.
Okay.
He had lumber mills in Woodbine. He became the first mayor of Woodbine in 1929.
Ooh.
And a lot of that lumber he used to build the hotel.
Really?
Yeah, he was hardwood lumber. He exported most of that lumber. Probably one of the biggest exporters in the country at that time.
Right here.
Hardwood, yes.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, Georgia, yes. Yeah, so the sisters used to have the Good Bread House, which is a bed and breakfast down the street. That became too small for them. Then they purchased the the Riverview, and at that time they put bathrooms in all the rooms upstairs. There's 18 rooms. So prior to that, it was a community bath in the hallway,
Which was kind of common at the time, for sure, having communal bathrooms.
Was it common that like 3 women would be like powerhouse business owners at the time, though?
No, not back then. I mean, yeah,
That's
they
just
were,
crazy.
yeah, they didn't need a man to find them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And back then, for them to achieve things like that, they had the first pharmacy in St. Mary's. They had the first telephone company.
Wow.
It is so wild. Like, wow. Because in that time, that probably wasn't accepted, normal, or even heard of.
No. Well, that might account for the fact that none of them never married.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So they had each other and they had this business.
yeah. One was a seamstress. One was, all 3 of them ran the hotel, and one was a bank teller.
Okay.
And they lived in the back of the hotel. There's an apartment in the back there, and they lived back there.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
Okay.
And they ran the hotel until 1950, and then that's when Martha Brandon, which is Jerry Brandon's mother, and the son Ricky took over the hotel.
So stayed in the family in 1950.
1950, yeah.
Okay.
It stayed in the family. And Ricky ran it. They ran it until for about 30 years. Then Jerry took it over.
Okay. Still in the family.
Still in the
Yep.
family.
Okay.
And then it was in the family until they sold it in 2019.
Which blows my mind.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about almost 100 years
Yeah, exactly.
in the same family. Mm-hmm. Like that is wild. You don't really hear about that much anymore. Unless it's bigger companies that have been around for a really long time. But like this hotel,
Solidly built building too. I mean, Hurricane Dora, I think, caused damage. Well, caused damage to a lot of property at that time. 1965, I believe. Mm-hmm. It didn't. I think it damaged the floors, but that was about it. Other than that, it withstood it. And it's been standing there.
She's still standing.
she is, and I know it's been flooded a few times. Not like major flooding, but it has had some flooding with some hurricanes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's still there. I just love and I don't want to say old in a negative context, but it's got this old homey feeling to it, like just full of rich history.
Exactly. Yeah. People walk in, they feel the ambiance.
Agreed.
It takes a lot of them back to. I'm an old black and white cowboy movie watch, so that hotel fits right into the.
Yes. Agreed. And it even goes like to the, I don't know. There's so many people that come in and they all want to know about like the ghost stories.
Oh, gosh.
Oh yeah.
And so I do want to touch on that today. But everybody needs to know these are friendly ghosts. Like nothing bad has happened. No. Like these aren't evil, ghosts. But I do know we've had some of are they called ghost hunters or,
Yeah. They had when in 2019. Yeah, that's when they came in. Savannah came in later. Paranormal Dare. That was the name of the organization. Paranormal Dare. They came in and they rented the hotel for the whole weekend. They had about 70 people in and out through the weekend. They was doing something upstairs. They had machines and talking to the entities, and they asked one of them, "What do you think about your new owner?" And he said, "Who, Bert?"
Oh my gosh!
Bert is one of the new owners.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. They've made contact with them, so like I say, they're friendly.
Yes. Yeah. And I know, like, I've been in there because I take tour groups on Wednesdays in there. And I remember one day there was probably about 12 service members, and we're just standing looking into a room, haven't even entered it yet, and the door just like kind of swings open to like one of the dressers or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And all of them just like that ran down the stairs. They're like, Yeah. But that's the kind of thing that's happening, But I think I just think it's so cool. And even some of the rooms that have the access to the outside, I know it's just a little patio thing.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of the favorite features of the hotel. It's called a sleeping veranda. Back in the day, people would go out there and sleep on the veranda opposed to sleeping in the room. It's
Yeah.
cooler out there.
I was about to say the air conditioner. There was no air
prior to
conditioner.
AC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, could you imagine sleeping outside because it's cooler?
Yeah.
So the hotel in with 74 is when they added on Siegel's restaurant
Oh,
and the saloon.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess it's been going ever since.
Ever since, yeah.
Man. Now, something else that I think is happening soon that I know all the military members ask you about is because on the wall there's something called the torpedo challenge.
Yes.
So they always ask you what that is, and I'm always amazed at like that I can remember the story. But please tell people like what the torpedo challenge is.
Well, it's a group of men and women. They've been doing it since 1979. They race vintage cars from Athens, Georgia, to St. Mary's. They had to take a certain route. They have a navigator. They can't get any tickets, anything like that. And they just rent the whole hotel. They'll set up on the balcony. They'll pull up, and the navigator will get out, run upstairs, and hit the clock and clock in. And they just party all weekend and show off their vintage cars.
I love
That's
it.
amazing.
Yeah. So is it happening soon?
It's happening this weekend.
Oh, so if you're in St. Mary's, check out the vintage cars. I bet that'll be such a neat thing to see.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Now, I want to go back to the ghost for just a second because I just had a question. Do you have any like stories?
Yeah. Do you have any ghost
I
stories?
just got one where they took my raisin toast one morning.
They did what?
I was put some toast in the toaster and turned around. I was making coffee.
Yeah.
And I heard the toast go pop, and I'm finishing up the coffee, and I turn around and get my toast, and it's gone. And
It looked really good that morning. They needed to have it, you know?
yeah, I said, well, you guys got that one.
Yeah.
I put some more toast in.
Yeah. I bet you don't leave your toast anymore. Okay. So have there been any like notorious or famous people that have stayed at the Riverview Hotel that you know of?
In the past, I mean, no one in recent history. But
Yeah.
in the past, the Rockefellers stayed there. We have
So cool.
there was
I know.
a couple of what's his name? The artist. He's a comedian, not a comedian, but a cartoonist. His name slipped my mind. He has the big cartoon.
Yeah,
on the
he
wall.
does.
His name slips my mind.
Yeah, I can't.
Roy Crane.
Okay.
Roy Crane is a cartoonist. He stayed. He did a whole series on St. Mary's in his cartoon series, and it's on the wall in the lobby of the hotel. He talks about St.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And who else stayed there? What's his name? The Weatherman, a long time ago.
Listen, when
Jim
you say,
Cantori.
I know.
No, NBC, national. His name slipped my mind, but he stayed there. He has a room named after him. And then I said Roy Crane. There was another one too. He was a poet. His name slipped my mind. But yeah,
That's cool.
A few famous people come through there.
Yeah. It's such a neat place. And I think that sometimes we forget how rich in history, Camden County is, especially, the St. Mary's and Woodbine Lake. There's just so much history that has been preserved that you can actually.
I'm surprised that number of people who come to that door have been living in St. Mary's all their life. And they'll say, this is the first time I've been in here. I didn't know this.
It will blow your mind,
Yeah.
George. Blow your mind.
Yeah.
So you said that one of the rooms was named after someone. Do they have numbers on the rooms? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
numbers on. Yeah, and they all still have names on. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like room 8 is the Brandon Suite. And room 12 is Martha's room. And they have the Cumberland room. But most people who come to St. Mary's, well, I guess come to St. Mary's and stay at the hotel, they do that because they're going to Cumberland Island.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for years, and their kids come, and grandkids come, and great-grandkids come, and they talk about how the years they've been coming here and spend on the island. And yeah, it's always great hearing their stories and
Yeah.
coming back.
I bet you do have a lot of repeat customers, like
repeat.
tradition and.
I repeat. Yeah.
And if you like history and just being a part of, it's just so cool down there. Like even our locals, I would invite them to check it out.
Absolutely.
Even spend like a night there because first of all, there's like Downtown St. Mary's is growing and doing just amazing things. Candace, we appreciate you so much. Just, our relationship with you guys is amazing. And you work so hard down there, and the business owners feel it, and we appreciate it. But I feel like people just don't realize the fun that you can have.
Absolutely.
Like,
just on our corner. I mean,
yes.
We have live entertainment on the patio.
That's correct.
Like almost every night.
Except for Mondays. On Mondays evening, we have chess club and saloon.
Which I love that you guys started.
And we got some little kids that come down there, and they will whoop your butt.
Yeah,
I love it.
Great. Then we have karaoke on Wednesdays and Fridays. Mm-hmm. So there's always something going on. We have a patio and tiki bar in the back.
You also have the speakeasy.
I was going to ask about the speakeasy.
Yes. You walk through the telephone booth and you're into the speakeasy,
Yes. I just, that's my favorite part. I guess you're not supposed to speak about that at all, but here we are.
I mean, here we are.
But it's so
give
cute.
The secret word to get you over there.
Yeah. So, but there are like several different places you can hang out within the hotel that that can meet your vibe, whatever it is, So that's what I love about it. And it's got beautiful views. It's just so pretty. I love the balcony upstairs. Mm-hmm. I like to go up there when we're having like parades or we're having something going on. So you can go and people watch and you just do all the things. It's so much fun up there.
Yeah.
So I want people to make sure you check it out and go by and meet George Lee because he has got all the stories.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Candace, was there anything you want to mention about downtown St. Mary's right now or just anything you wanted to ask Mr. George?
No, I see Mr. George often.
I know you do.
So thankful that he's downtown. He makes Osborne that much more special. Just lots of stuff going on downtown this holiday season. So come down,
we're getting ready
pop in the front door, say hello to Mr. George.
And y'all have got some new businesses that we're going to get in here very soon,
Yes.
which you're going to have to come back and sit through all those too. But yeah, I love it. And I think people just need to continue to check it out.
Agreed.
It's awesome.
And you got to check out our restaurant. Sammy is one of the best chefs in town.
Listen, they do amazing food over there.
I was just thinking, like when you said all the different places under one roof, like, I can go have dinner with my family. I could go on a date with my husband.
Yeah.
I could have a girls' night.
Yes,
and we
girl.
could hit karaoke.
Yes.
Like all in
Exactly.
one spot. It's super cool.
I don't know if y'all want to hear this sing or not. Karaoke or not, you probably don't want to hear this sing.
We'll turn the mics down.
Yeah. But, it's just a good time and great people. You guys have great people over there with great customer service. So we just really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and we do events. If you're having a wedding or graduation or whatever, we do it all.
Yes. And speaking of like parties coming up, if you're looking for somewhere to have your holiday party.
Yeah.
And listen, your employees can go right up and sleep
That's right.
upstairs. They don't have to drink and drive.
right.
Like, just
Wow.
Feed you, drink it, get you drunk. And sleep
Yep.
upstairs. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it works. All right. Was there anything that I missed that you wanted to cover on the Riverview Hotel or Seagulls or?
It's just a great place to work at. Everyone who works there, we're family.
Yes.
In
I
a
agree.
sense, we all care for each other, look out for each other, and it's just a great atmosphere. Just being downtown,
Agreed.
I usually get there early in the morning, so I'm driving through St. Mary's when it's dark and it's quiet. I just enjoy driving through. It's a jewel, and no one knows about it until they. I told one of my customers, they kept bragging about how great it was, and I said, "Well, tell your friends about it." They said, "I ain't telling my friends nothing."
Right? It's our little secret.
Our little hidden gem.
But, I think we get caught up in our everyday lives just going, to point A and point B.
Yeah.
That we forget, like, we are so fortunate to live in such a beautiful place, rich in history, rich in great people, and things to do. And I think, if we stop to realize that sometimes, we are so fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for being here and taking the time just to recap all that with me, because I love getting to see you every Wednesday. We love the Riverview Hotel and Seagulls, and I'm glad you guys are here.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Candace, for joining us. And don't worry, guys, Candace will be back for some more future podcasts, which we are excited about. So thank you guys for listening. You've caught the 29th episode of the Getting in Your Business podcast.